What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 117. Woo!
Dang. Dang.
Yes, yes,
Dang.
yes. We are bringing you that Monday energy live. If you're joining us live, join us over in the live chat. If you're watching later, awesome. Comment down below. Let's get into some intros. What's up? I'm Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
We are going to be talking about some anime news, as well as covering Delicious in Dungeon and Demon Slayer, giving you recommendations of other things you should watch and check out, so stick around for all that. It'll be indicated by these lovely little bars down below. And heads up, in case you're new here, we are only covering the episodes we're talking about, so no spoilers, but you can sit there and enjoy our odd predictions and thoughts on the shows.
Yes. Yes.
And
we have fun here.
Yes, looking over the chat real quick, we got Charles Darcy says here for the big 117. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. And let's get right into it. So things we are excited about.
All right. As always, Ablaze is treating us well, sending us all of the manga news they have. And in this case, it is their upcoming titles for August. There are quite a few of them, so I'm going to go on down and give you guys titles and dates. The one up top, and this interests the hell out of me, available November 13th is Neo Faust, a Faust retelling by Osamu Tezuka. And for those unfamiliar with the name, he is considered to be the godfather of manga. He's the one who created Astro Boy. Like, Osamu Tezuka was a very, very big deal. And so we have a printing of Neo Faust, his retelling of Faust. So I'm interested. Keep an eye out for that in November. We have the Sumerian Collectible Virgin Cover Pack, which is dropping on August 28th. And it looks like we have covers. We have 6 different covers, which looks fantastic. The art on these looks great. And again, we'll give you our Twitter in a minute. We're going to post all these pictures up there so you'll be able to see them. We have the Ablaze Spotlight on Fantasy set. It's stories by various writers, including Olivier Ledoux, Laurent Souil, and art by I'm having trouble with this one. Various artists and Olivier Ledoux. So it looks like we have a compilation here. And again, the art on these looks fantastic. Also on August 28th. We have, again, a few various ones. We have Heavenly Demon Reborn Volume 1, Fight Class 3 Volume 1, and Immortal Regis. We have an omnibus for that. And this is also dropping August 28th. And if you are into fantasy and romance, Ablaze also has you covered with Witch of Mine Volume 1, Savage Garden Volume 1, and The Restorer's Home Omnibus Volume 1. And that is also August 28th. If you are into, this looks almost like a mafia story. Torpedo 1972, available August 14th. We have The All, available September 11th, and we spoke a little bit on a previous episode about this one. It's about unionization in a big box store, essentially. Think Amazon, but it's a manhwa. We have Terror Man Volume 4 coming October 17th, and Get Schooled Volume 5 available November 17th. So quite a bit coming down the line. Keep an eye out on Ablaze Manga's social media. We will be posting some of the covers that we have of these because they are absolutely beautiful down at our Nighttime at the Nerd Bar Twitter at NTATNB. And yeah, a lot of these are coming out in the general gift giving season, so that maybe something to keep in mind for that.
And you can always do the pre-order and print out a little card so they have something that you can hand to them, but then they'll get the physical thing later once it's available.
Exactly. Although I think a lot of these are out before much of the gift giving, so
you may well, or whatever congratulatory gift.
You may well have it in your hot little hands beforehand.
Looking back over the chat, Giga Derek says, greetings from Reach.
Get out of there. Get out of there. No. Not a good place to be, sir. Unless there's a Reach that's not referring to Halo, in which case you're probably fine.
No, probably not. But yeah, okay, more news. Penguin Random House Publisher Services and Tokyo Pop have announced their January 2025. They're doing an agreement for January 2025. There we go. They announced a multi-year sales and distribution agreement. So it's Tokyopop and Penguin Random House Publisher Services. So it's pretty awesome of two big powerhouses combining. It's going to be their I'm like, there we go. Yes. Beginning January 1st, 2025, Penguin Random House Publishers. I'm like, I don't know if I know what I know. Penguin Random House is how I say
Penguin Random House.
Will sell and distribute the entire Tokyopop front list and backlist across all sales channels worldwide. So that is pretty awesome of getting out to as many people of another way. So follow Tokyopop for more information, and also Penguin Random House Publishers. And that's just exciting for more manga to be available to people in other places. Because depending where you are, maybe it's a little harder to get a hold of stuff. Yeah. So we do like when there's big collabs.
Yeah, but you can probably get a hold of a book published by Penguin Random House wherever you are. So using those distribution channels for manga, it will most likely be easier for you to obtain Tokyopop manga wherever you are. So yeah, no, I'm here for it. I remember having to hole up in Barnes and Noble as a kid and a teenager and have the one manga shelf, which people going, what's Barnes and Noble? Not Barnes and Noble, Borders. We had a Borders.
Yes.
Barnes and Noble is still around. Borders is not. That is the 2-floor Borders. It was an anchor store at the end of the mall. Things I remember. Now that I've thoroughly dated myself.
It's okay.
For the One Piece fans in the audience, I know you're out there. I know there's quite a few of you, and boy, do we have some news for you. One Piece raises the flag on major licensing gains as it embarks on its 25th anniversary. Toei Animation's beloved anime series to take over exterior of the Sphere in Las Vegas starting June 10th, alongside the launch of new official English channel on YouTube. So guys, if you watch the Super Bowl and you would occasionally see the giant orb with pictures on it, that is the Sphere. That is on the Vegas Strip, and that is huge. One Piece being on there is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, oh my God. And I'm just going to roll down to the licensing list because the licensing list is also extremely impressive. So, yep, the Sphere. The list of new One Piece license agreements includes Cloud9, which is an esports and apparel organization, Culturefly, Dim Mak, which is DJ Steve Aoki's fashion lifestyle brand, which makes a lot of sense because Steve Aoki is a huge One Piece fan. Greatness LLC, IML Designs, Kesco, Kura Sushi USA, Otaku Lamps, Puma, like the shoes, Trends International, Scholastic Corporation, as in the book publisher of children's books, and Super Impulse USA, leading manufacturer of toys, novelty items, and collectibles for a collection of Pop-Taters, a line of hilarious mashups in the potato head form. I need One Piece characters as potato heads, especially Frankie and Brooke. Specifically Frankie and Brooke. Give me Mecha Potato and Skella Potato. I'm so here for it. So keep an eye out for all of that. And again, giving you some of the dates we have. One Piece is taking over the Sphere in Vegas starting on June 10th, and that is alongside the launch of the official English channel on YouTube. So the Sphere takeover will be from June 10th to 16th. So if you're in Vegas, you can go to the One Piece Cafe, you can see them on the Sphere, and then you can watch the English YouTube channel. Like, make a June trip of it. Yeah. So yeah, One Piece out here doing extremely well for itself.
Oh yeah. Looking over for HIDIVE news. HIDIVE, I do appreciate the good pun here. HIDIVE unsheaths I Parry Everything for battle this summer. And they're going to be doing big, I was like drum roll on my lap here because I'm like, yay! They're going to be doing a premiere screening at Anime Expo on July 4th. That is the awesome, exciting thing about anything coming out real soon, because it's probably maybe going to be doing something there. So if you're going to be attending, something to look out for. And so Shonen fans can look forward to a summer of sword fights starting this July. And AMC Network's anime streaming service, HIDIVE, announced that the new fantasy action adventure series, I Parry Everything, so that's Parry, because that is it. When you hear it, you're like, how do you spell that? Yes. It's going to stream exclusively as part of the summer 2024 simulcast season. And HIDIVE will host a North American premiere of episodes 1 and 2 on July 4th at Anime Expo. So, and yes, they have the information. I was like, do they already know where?
Right.
Yes. So Thursday, July 4th at 1:30 p.m., room 403AB. So make sure to follow HIDIVE in case there's any changes, because sometimes Anime Expo does have last minute changes on things, but mark your calendars for Thursday, July 4th at 1:30 for the premiere of that new show. That sounds super fun. And again, we will post the image and that information again over on the NTATMB over on Twitter.
Yes.
There we go. And then I think we have 2 more things of news, and then we'll get into our shows.
We do. Hopping over to Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll also treating us well, as they always do. Crunchyroll brings My Hero Academia Season 6, Hell's Paradise, Space Dandy, and more on Blu-ray this August 2024. So August 2024 is when all sorts of fun stuff is dropping, so keep an eye out. So My Hero Academia Season 6 Part 2 and Hell's Paradise Season 1 on August 27th. Bungo Stray Dogs Season 5, One Piece Season 3 Voyage 9, The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2 Part 1, Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2 Part 2 will also have releases in August, as well as Space Dandy, just in time for its 10th anniversary, and a reissue of the hit movie One Piece film Gold. So, We'll post some pictures of some of these. Of course, these box sets always have so many extras and so much fun stuff. My Hero Academia has a 64-page art book with cast interviews, silver metallic art cards, acrylic standees, and sticker sheets. Hell's Paradise has an art book, art cards, promo videos. So, yeah, August 6th, Sweet Reincarnation. August 13th, My Unique Skill Makes Me OP even at level 1, One Piece, and Devil's a Part-Timer. August 20th, Bungo Stray Dogs, Fooly Cooly Season 1, Space Dandy The Complete Series, and Ancient Magus Bride. August 27th, My Hero Academia. Hell's Paradise Season 1. Am I Actually the Strongest? Berserk, The Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition, and One Piece Film Gold. So, keep an eye on Crunchyroll social media, bookmark those dates, head to the Crunchyroll shop to pick those up. And again, we talk about gift-giving seasons and how if there's something you know someone's gonna love, but the gift-giving is before it, pre-order it if pre-orders are available, print out a little picture of it, and give them the picture in a card and be like, it's not out yet, but it's on its way.
And then quick shout out, we did address it, but again, real quick too, of Charles Darcy's asking, will My Hero Academia be saved for later? Right now, we're doing just the Delicious in Dungeon and Demon Slayer because both of those are very meaty shows. Yes. I need to still catch up for My Hero, and we might do that something like at the end when we're doing our additional recommendations. But, you know, if that's something you guys are really excited, let us know about that, because then that will help us try to reschedule. But there's already we're doing a bit already.
We can only
a 2-hour show every night.
Can only do so much. Yeah. And we've done the triple feature before very infrequently when we had massive overlap, and that is extremely difficult to do as a host in terms of preparation. Preparation, on camera time.
We get to talk about each show, so we want to give it that time.
And you guys have seen me talk for 40 minutes about a 25-minute Demon Slayer episode, so like I would like to leave that door open for me. Yeah. I like my little conspiracy board. So yeah, we can only do so many teal-coated soft boy shonen protagonists.
Yeah. But thank you for saying so, and we'll see what we can work in later. Of maybe it'll be some more quick thought things, so at least you know where we're standing on stuff. All right, last bit of news here. And Crunchyroll is excited. They have announced the serialized TV anime version of a sci-fi graphic novel, Dead Dead Demons. Oh gosh, I'm going to try to say this as right.
DDD?
DDD Destruction, which will begin streaming episodes on Thursday, May 23rd. So that's coming up real quick, starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so this was only recently available in Japan as a 2-part film. It'll now be globally available only to Crunchyroll subscribers and this new episodic adaptation. And there will be brand new scenes. So that's always fun to know ahead of time. And we will post some more photos of that and the trailer. Right there. And Yay! And then
I think keeping in the vein of anime on Crunchyroll, keep in mind that anime is still happening for about another week, and that is merchandise and Hot Topic specials in all sorts of different shops, and multiple Crunchyroll series free to watch with ads if you don't have an account. And again, that includes brand new stuff like Kaiju Number 8 and classic stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho. So if you want to get your friends into something and it's free to watch on Crunchyroll right now, if you want to catch up on something but you don't have a Crunchyroll account for whatever reason, now is the time. We're running through the end of May here. Anime is still going on, so...
Looking back over in the chat, Ferric Charles says, maybe that's okay, might be My Hero in the Summersons dungeon and Demon will be done by then. We shall see. And nothing official yet, but there might be some
make no guarantees.
Yeah. But
we really can't.
No. But Demon Slayer things, there might be some cool people coming to the show, so I don't know, just stay tuned. These are very new developments, and I'll keep y'all posted. And Nolara says, have we seen Farron? No, but it's on both of our lists. We just haven't.
It's on the list. I need the wherewithal for a meditation on grief, and guys, I'm not there right now. Like, I fully understand. Like, I don't have it in me. Yeah. I know what I'm looking at going into, and there's a reason I'm watching Loser Ranger and Bartender Glass of God right now. And that's because I can't handle anything more than about 6 feet deep. And Freerun starts at 6 feet deep and goes. Nothing wrong with it. I hear amazing things. I can't handle that right now. That's a me problem.
Trying to think, I was like, ooh, pivot on. I'm like, nope, not as much. But speaking of what you bring to the table.
We missed one. We do need to mention one more thing from Crunchyroll.
Just kidding.
They were kind enough to invite us to a screening of the new Haikyuu movie, Haikyuu Dumpster Battle. I was able to attend. We were able to see it. Reviews are embargoed until the 22nd. So we'll talk about it next week.
Episode. Yeah.
But for now, I will say, as someone who has never done a Haikyuu in her life, you can see this movie canon blind. Like, you will be able to follow along. So if you're on the fence, if you're not sure, if you want 90 minutes of, do I want to get into this volleyball show? Yeah, this is a good sampler for you. You can see it if you've never seen Haikyuu before. And that's all we're saying because there's an embargo.
And we'll talk more about it next week, so stay tuned. There we go. That was our what you bring to the table of behaviors of what people do, of where they've been before.
Yeah.
Man, our kitty girl.
I have so many questions. Just from the flashbacks, it seems like Asabi was a name that was given to her either at or after her arrival. And if it was at her arrival, that makes me wonder if Tade, I believe it was, knew her beforehand, or if it was after her arrival, why the change? Because Asabi is an alias and she drops it pretty much immediately once she's no longer with the party.
True. This is a good question. We do not know that. Not verified. I want to say it was one of those, why change it? I mean, maybe you have it while you're first there before you've decided you're staying, and then it's like, okay, you're going to stay. I don't know. It's a good question.
I wonder if it wasn't something that was forced on her.
Oh, I bet it was.
Given that she was also colored, that we saw her be disbelieved and blamed in the flashback that like then the whole you should be grateful that we took you in for me just
Mm-hmm.
it makes me I don't know how long Izutsumi and Tade knew each other beforehand, but
Mm-hmm.
it really makes it seem like both of them came from bad situations.
Yeah, rougher
And
lives for sure.
yeah, and Tade approached it as I need to prove that I'm useful so I can remain here because I have things like a roof over my head and 3 meals. And like, you
Yeah.
got kicked out of a lot of places for no good reason, didn't you? And I would assume the same happened to Izutsumi, and she took a very different path for it.
Which she really is that cat, that poor kitty that some bad things have happened. So it's the immediate, like,
Oh yeah.
like that's the reaction. And I noticed the moment when she's given a gift of the backpack and how is mine, like, this is for you and kindness from others. She just really does not know how to accept that.
Hmm.
And the rest of this party is the kindest people ever because man, she is a epitome of a brat, of constant problem and rude and snotty. You're just like,
I
okay,
have
but
to
they're all
wonder.
being so like, okay, no problem.
I mean, for one, she is a feral cat.
Yes,
Like,
she is
we
very much a
can't
feral cat.
really.
Yeah.
I will describe characters like that anyway, just depending on the personality, but she does have like a cat beast soul
Yep.
combined with hers. So
Yep.
we can't rule out whatever that influence might
True.
be. But she
That
is
is
also
possible.
very much a feral cat of a person who
Mm-hmm.
we don't know what her life was like before she wound up at Shuro's estate.
Yep.
We don't know what we don't know what her life was like at Shuro's estate. We know she
True.
got cursed with a damn collar. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's experienced very much kindness
No,
in her
I
life.
don't
I
think
think you're right on that front. And as someone who has been in animal rescue for like a decade at this point and who very much goes, "Oh, this cat doesn't like to socialize with people." All right, new project.
so.
It takes so long. And sometimes you won't even be the one to succeed. Sometimes it'll be someone else. But
Mm-hmm.
it takes forever and repeated instances and a lot of time spent to gain a cat's trust, especially
Yeah.
if the cat is not well socialized around humans. So, yeah, like that is Izutsumi in a nutshell, and also getting the okay, well, she was probably poorly raised with how she holds utensils and whatnot, and her going, yeah, I never really faced up to adversary. I would just do whatever. I'd take the easy way. I'd avoid obstacles. I wouldn't do what I didn't want to do,
Yep.
which is a very immature way to look at things. But what else has she had?
Yeah. It's and I like that everybody's being positive examples without trying too hard of being the positive example for her. And we do also want to talk about the funny part. I do like the changing scene
Yes.
and Laios being not a pervert. He's just like, I'm like, it sounded really like inappropriate, but I'm like, no, in his like medical slash note taking way,
Yeah.
kind of tracks.
This is his hyperfixation on monsters. This is
So
very much
funny.
him just.
Can I count the nipples? I was like, oh my goodness.
And I mean, he grew up around dogs. There might have been barn cats as well.
Yeah,
Who knows?
he
So,
understands. Oh
if
man, I
anyone's
thought that was
familiar with a feral cat, it might well be him.
yes. And I thought it was funny that she really did not care. But it was also interesting to see how much this curse has changed her body too. And, it's hair everywhere. She really is. Because
Mhm.
that's the other thing, you can't quite tell because it's, just 2D animation. But
Yeah.
it was a nice verification for us of, oh no, that is everywhere.
It's like, oh, she's fluffy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll see also Senshi taking off that helmet and looking all handsome with his slicked hair.
And Chiltrick it comes off. Like, did you forget the bit where we had an extensive shampoo montage because the water walk
Yes.
spell wouldn't work on him?
Yep.
What were you doing at that point? So he was probably doing something else. And it was just like,
Probably.
we had an extensive hair washing montage with
Yeah.
this man. But yes, it comes off.
Yeah. Also, gotta love a sauna room. I was like, oh yes, the baths. That would be so nice. But
Yeah.
that was the fun team bonding exercise of creative, also creative food too, but not
Mhm.
wanting to eat. Also, that interesting theory of you don't want to eat it because then you'll be infected by it or it will affect you, which I'm with Marcel in terms of, okay, that logic isn't that bonkers. It kind of makes sense. Or even just
Yeah.
subconsciously, we go, that's a little weird.
But I mean, there's also like, it wasn't until recently that you could have pork at any level aside from extremely well done because there was a chance of trichinosis because
Mm-hmm.
of the way we do eggs in the United States because there's problems with factory farming. We have to keep them in the refrigerator because their protective membrane has been washed off, but people in Europe can keep their eggs on the counter because their farming is set up differently than ours and they
Mm-hmm.
don't have that they do have that protective membrane, so there's less of a risk of getting salmonella. You're not supposed to have unbaked or untreated flour. That's why they tell you not to eat the cookie dough. It's not just the eggs, it's the flour that can also carry risk of disease. And
Which also,
this
if
is
you
one
watch The
I'm not
Last of Us,
I have not actually. That's just something I
there's
know
a
for other
problem with the
reasons.
flour. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is one I'm not super qualified to talk about because I don't know as much about it, but keeping kosher, a lot of those
Mm,
rules are okay. When you used to have plates that were, say, wooden or a porous clay, of course you
mm,
would keep the plates that have meat and the plates that have dairy separate because stuff lives and grows in there. And if you mix
mm.
meat, juice, and dairy, things get rancid and grow and can make you sick. Like, kosher rules, it's not just religious, it's also very health based, especially considering the conditions of the time.
Mhm.
So, this, like, yeah, monster, oh no. In episode 1, we saw Laios try to eat a scorpion stinger, and that shit is poisonous. So, when did other people start eating monsters and getting sick because they weren't prepared correctly? They didn't know what they were doing. And it
Yep.
wasn't, maybe I shouldn't have eaten that one medium rare, or maybe I shouldn't have eaten the parasite that came off the kraken. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it was just, oh, it came from a monster and you ate it and then you died.
Yeah.
Monsters are dirty. It may have been born, it sounds like it was born from a lack of understanding.
The mandrake candy looked more appeasing than eating it another way because I'm like somehow as a candy that kind of made sense. I do love the Marcel. It's like just bites the head off. Like, nah, it's fine. It's a good candy.
We're also used to weirdly shaped candy.
That's probably it
Just
too.
like if it's in candy form,
Mm,
yeah, it can look like anything.
that's true. We're like, it's
It's
fine.
and also things like candied crickets.
I was
Like,
gonna
would
say,
you eat a normal cricket? Probably not. Would you eat a candied cricket?
I've held on
Maybe.
to it. This is my from American Horror Story at Comic Con last year, and I never ate it. I just liked it on display. But there's little ants in this lollipop.
Yeah, not for me, but I
Yeah.
would imagine enough people did the thing, or
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
sure, or the worm in the bottom of a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
Like, people will eat a lot of things if they are prepared in a novel
Yeah.
fashion that they wouldn't
Absolutely.
touch otherwise. And I say that as someone who enjoys escargot, who truly
Yes.
does.
And,
So, like, oh,
lobsters and
friends,
all the
sautéed
other
in butter, let's
bugs.
go.
Yep. Bugs of the ocean.
Yeah,
Uh,
sea bugs,
well,
let's go.
our other
So,
fun
yeah,
creature, you liked our ice golem?
that it just Senshi's little bit of, oh, oops, was really funny. Just like, oh, yeah, good job, sir. I mean, you couldn't have known, but good job, sir.
I kind of wondered if we were going to make popsicles because it was ice and everything like that, but we went the other way. We're making warm things because we're all cold.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I thought
and
that
we
would have
did
been
already
funny.
do ice cream a while back.
True, we did do ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah, ghost busting ice cream. Because this show, man.
Yes.
But yeah, and that Chilchuck and Izutsumi working together, and both of them going, this person, and just being super racist to each other. And Marcel going, stop that. And I'm like, sure, Marcel, we can do your racism instead. It's just
Yeah.
like, everyone in this show is some flavor of racist or prejudiced. And that's not like, that means the show's problematic. It's no, that's a pretty good.
Well, then it does the next level of they say their things out of frustration at each other, which means it is there, but they say it out loud because they're upset. And then they have that moment to settle and go, yeah, that was kind of shitty of me. I'm sorry. And I was like, yes, character development and
Yeah.
being responsible. And I appreciated Chilchuk going, that wasn't cool to say that. And
Yeah.
hey, it's okay.
And it's people have prejudices, people grow up with prejudices, and
Yeah.
it's
If you don't know,
yeah.
how do you know as well? Like if that's all their encounters,
Yeah.
not to justify bad behavior, but it's
Yeah.
what's your base point of what you are familiar with?
Yeah. How did you grow up? Where did you grow up? What did you learn from your parents, from the people around you? It's not, oh, don't ever have prejudices. It's figure out where they are and compensate, learn. We don't expect perfection, we expect character development. Things that are
Uh,
applicable in real life.
yes, but
Yeah.
that ties into the predictions of what behavior and other things will lead. The fake, not fake, but the different looking plant that looks like an animal
I
in
looked it
terms of
up. This is a thing. Like
okay.
all of the not obviously there are not plants that grow sheep, but like in much the same way that basilisks, cockatrices, golems, etc., that all of the monsters that we've seen in this show are existing monsters in one culture or another.
Mm-hmm.
So is this one. This is a
I feel
thing.
I've heard about it, but I don't
I
remember where.
love it.
You
It
know
was
where
it
you
was the
remember?
lamb of, do you remember what it was called? Someone in chat, please help me. It was called a barometz, right? I Googled that and it came up with a different name. Give me a
Mm,
moment. I'm looking at the tiny computer.
I know,
Vegetable
me too.
lamb of Tartary. That's what it was. From Central Asia,
Yeah.
first attested in the 11th century, folklore myth based on fact. Yeah, so it's this idea that there is this lamb that does grow a sheep.
I was like,
I
yeah, that's
love
what I
it.
found.
I love it
Ugh,
so
yeah,
much.
that is so
It's
weird.
just it's great. I mean, we grew up with certain like I lived in Wyoming long enough that I'm like, "Ah, yes, jackalopes," whereas I'm sure someone from somewhere else would look at jackalopes and go, "What the fuck is this?"
Those are
Like,
funny.
"It's a
Uh,
jackalope." Like, so you can look at that and go, "Oh, that's really weird," but if you grow up with that folklore and that's part of your folklore, it's like, "No, it's a thing."
yeah, well, which
Um,
Lyle goes racking his brain. I think I was fine. It just was a little bleh, when they cut open the undeveloped fruit, and then it was like the lamb in a womb kind of a thing that was like,
yeah, that was a bit fucky, but,
yeah.
the lamb
Uh,
chops looked great.
They did look delicious. I was like,
It
"Okay, well,
looked
this looks pretty
really
good."
good.
And, like, the sauce they made for it. All right, looking over the chat here. Good point. Rab says, "If all your encounters are random encounters, expect some rough edges in interpersonal skills." True
Mhm.
that. And then we have Landathan. Sorry, I think you wrote how to say that. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Um,
Lanodanthian.
Yes, there we go. This episode was the biggest case of that's going in the next D&D game because I almost used it in my last one. Nice.
Okay, in that case, I need to know if you're using the ice golem or the barometz or both. Like, come back around and chat and tell me because I'm interested.
Yeah, what was how the food on this one also looked great. Love the lamb chops.
I
Oh, we
did
didn't
like
talk about the
the
wolves.
Yeah, I did
Uh,
like the "Is it dangerous?" "No, but it attracts carnivores." I'm like,
mm-hmm,
"Okay."
mm-hmm.
So it's an easy food source. Oh, yeah, use the
Lanodanthian says the
barometz, let's
baronet.
go. Yeah, it's an easy food source for anything above it in the food chain that's ready to
Yeah,
go. So, pack of dire wolves. I love that we had Laios being a dog again.
that
That this is
face.
just a thing. That this man is a committed
Yeah.
furry. I'm here for it. This is so
You
fun.
know what though? It establishes a precedent and it returns to it. So I'm here for
Yeah.
it. And it totally, yeah, I buy it. You kind of go, yeah, that tracks. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
this episode was returning to established precedents and that, okay, we're asking Lyos, like, do you want to learn to use a magic circle? Do you want to learn to do this? How's
Yes.
your mana sickness? And it's like, well,
Yep.
physically he's fine. He thinks he's still hallucinating, but no, he's just
Yeah.
got the same seeing ghosts thing that Fallon can do, and he
Yep.
hasn't told anyone about it.
Nope.
Because he thinks the ghosts are just like weird imaginary friends that need to go away and leave me alone. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
dude, the ghost thing runs in the family. It's fine. Please talk to someone about it.
The way they fought a wolf, I almost thought they were going to eat a wolf next and use it, because they're not very wasteful. But
Predators don't always taste good.
true.
And I'm not entirely certain that the wolf that they ran into in the cave died because it was
True.
just a bright light and then we never saw what sort of damage Izutsumi did to it, if any. It might have just gone into shock. Like, nope.
Yeah.
Good night. Who
Yeah.
knows?
It was prey that was too much trouble, so I decided nope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, the full conversation about why do you do things you don't want to do, looking at Izutsumi and getting the insight as to why she does what she does and how she thinks, both of these episodes were really good for that. And then Marcel doing the whole cutting off her own escape, as the narration said, with the whole, yeah, I don't want to eat it, but there are a lot of things I don't want to do. But if the things I don't want to do are in the way of my larger goals, then I do still need to do them. There's not always an easy path. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up and do the bad things. In much the same way that sometimes self-care is a little treat, and sometimes self-care is eating a vegetable, taking a shower, and going to bed on time. Or at least earlier than you have been going to bed. I'm bad at this, but I'm trying. Sometimes self-care is the stuff that sucks, but needs to be done for maintenance purposes. And that's kind of what this is, yeah, it's not fun, but it needs to happen.
Also, yeah, they're surviving in that dungeon because they're eating monsters, and Marcel knows, hey, this is what I gotta do to survive. I felt that was a really good life lesson there of, okay, this is my goal, I'm gonna have stuff stop me. But if I just let that stop me, what is your goal then? Like, do you even care? So, yes, that was a good little life lesson there.
Yeah. No, I appreciated this. I liked Izutsumi setting boundaries like a cat does. As someone who has been clawed by a lot of cats and has a lot of scars, because sometimes you don't get the warning before the cat decides that they're done. Again, I've been in animal rescue for a while. So her saying, stop it, stop it, stop it, and then enforcing her boundaries is like, oh yeah, no, she gave the warning.
Yeah.
You don't have to try to interpret cat body language there. She told you with her words. So
good lesson on boundaries. Listen the first time. Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I can.
If you have any other thoughts on what happened in this episode, leave your comments down below. And I think now of setting boundaries, not established at all. I loved it so much.
I think the comment I made probably 4 times during this episode was, well, humans are persistence predators. Just
okay,
but when the boss of your organization writes you personally and says, I need you to be persistent, you lean into that curve until you are horizontal, especially if you're Tanjiro.
Yes.
Who does not know how to do things in half measures at all, ever. It is the shonen protagonist in him.
Yes. And who is our honest golden retriever, heart of gold, optimist till the end of time boy. Yes, he will keep going. And it was, Charles Darcy goes, 23 minutes of Tanjiro being the goodest boy possible. Yeah.
In the weirdest way possible.
That too. I did see a lot of memes comparing him to a dog. It's like when he was in the bath and the dog like waiting. And yes, this is accurate too of like, hi, I'm here and I'm waiting for you. But you know what? It's one of those things. It only worked because it was Tanjiro. If it had been Zenitsu, we would have been like, no, fuck off, go away.
I
But
think Zenitsu's persistence of a
it's
guy
different.
would have been very different than
Oh
his
yeah,
pursuit of a woman. Like
yes.
I there's a different
Oh yeah, no, but
flavor
I
to
mean, like
that.
the way Tanjiro does it is it's just so
Cute.
it is adorable because it's almost that border of annoying, but then you're like, you're so adorable. That's so cute. And like, oh, and even Gyu is like being worn down of like, okay, fine.
Is he gonna do this for the rest of my life? He might. He might. Just that slow realization of, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I loved it
Oh
so much.
boy.
Uh,
It's like, dude, he told you that he was going to go to training in 7 days. All you have to do is hold out longer than your average ring protagonist and you'll be fine.
that I hadn't thought of that, but that's a very good point. He just had to wait till he had to leave for training.
To be fair, Tanjiro might have foregone training to stick
That's
around
true.
for this
He
because
does
this was
have.
a special mission.
Yes, it was a special mission. So yes, that was wonderful and adorable. And and bringing food, always a
Yes.
good start with grumpy person you got to deal with. I brought food.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
He's
Have a rice
hangry.
ball. Yeah. It's like we can at least
Ah,
rule out him being hangry.
yes.
Now he's just annoyed.
So what do we think that he never he didn't officially pass
He
the
did
test?
pass.
I think so
You
too.
had
That
to
still counts. You had to
the
survive. That was it.
yeah, the
Yeah.
passing credit was you had to survive for a week.
Yeah.
That was it. That
Yep.
was the litmus test. Are you alive? Amazing. You passed. So
You couldn't even make it half a day before divulging the backstory. I love that backstory though too.
yeah.
That was really great callback to previous characters and context on these people that we knew.
Yes.
Uh,
Him saying I'm not like you, especially in the way it was dropped in the first episode, was just I'm not like you, and I've been making I'm not like other girls jokes,
Yeah.
is one of those like that can go over so poorly so quickly because
Oh
it
yeah.
sounds self-aggrandizing. It's I'm not like you, I'm
Yes.
better, which is not the case at all. He's not like them because the imposter syndrome is winning.
Yes. I was like grabbing. I feel I had the name and then Sabito.
Yes.
I thought that was so cute of his backstory.
Oh, the
too.
second they showed him with the little mask, I'm like, oh, it's the dead kid. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I mean, to be fair, this
Yeah.
show has a lot of dead kids, but
It
like,
does.
and they're all front loaded in the first season.
Yeah. So that made it even more interesting callback in terms
Yeah.
of pulling it way back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we go. No, Laura says, Gyu is Ashura, and my boy needs to understand he is loved and respected in his newfound family, Nezuko, Tanjiro, and Urosaki. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. He is so part of it.
Yeah.
Separate mountains of dead kids.
This is true. This is true.
Yes. Oh
Dead Kid Mountain, the Dead Kid Mountain, the sequel, the series, the prequel.
This is only works within context of the show. Out of context, you're like, the fuck are you talking about?
Look, I have to wonder if my neighbors listen to me do this show and go, what on God's green earth?
Yes,
The
Charles
walls
says,
are thin here.
this is true that Charles says people always assume the worst with the I'm not like you instead of the massive guilt behind the words. Ooh,
Yeah,
good
because
point.
I'm not like you is very often used as like,
a superiority.
I'm not like you, parentheses, derogatory.
Yeah.
As opposed to I'm not like you, parentheses, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is.
Yeah.
This is him go, it doesn't matter how much work he put in, doesn't matter that my dude in charge of it all told him, hey, you are a Hashira. Like, you did it. You passed the test. You're good. He just goes, but my friend died, and he's a better swordsman than I was, and my sister died to save me, and she shouldn't have, and just that whole, that is a lot of guilt to be carrying around. And my dude literally carries it on his shoulders for the world to see.
Oh,
so like, are we doing okay? No.
No, Laura says, makes me wonder, did Gyu and his friends see the other dead students while they did their water training? Good question. I feel that's a Tanjiro something more.
Yeah.
Tanjiro sees dead people way more than anybody else in the show.
Oh yeah. It's
Um,
entirely possible that Sabito et al. Did help other people, but I also think Sabito, because he was such a protector on the mountain, because, it was, yeah, everyone passed but him because he saved everyone. Like, very
mhm.
talented, very overprotective. If anyone could come back from the dead to make sure that no one else dies in this test because of inadequate training, it would be him.
Mhm.
And of
Mhm.
course, he'd bring others along with him. Like, I would not be surprised if Sabito has been training kids on that mountain for a minute.
Yeah.
HJO coded, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I that backstory was great, getting more context with all of it,
Yeah.
and the just the bonding a little bit more of them. And Tanjiro is that golden light cheerleader to help
Mhm.
you out, of ray of sunshine, of I will be in your corner and I'm here for you person. That was like, I'm
Yeah.
excited to see them hang out more.
But I also love that after Giyu just has this moment of, oh, right, we had that conversation. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Just kind of stopping and processing everything again. Tanjiro's over there going, did I do too much psychic damage? Is he rolling death saves? How do I fix
Yeah.
this? I know. Soba
Yeah.
eating competition. Like, bruh. For
Yep.
real?
Yeah. And
Yep.
the soba eating was cute too. Of okay, fine.
There
We
was a
don't need
lot
to
of
talk.
bonding
Let's
over food in this episode.
you know what? It's a we all gotta eat,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a good one.
That's not a complaint. We've been
Yeah,
watching Dungeon Meshi.
true
Bonding
that.
over food,
No,
the anime.
no. It's
Yeah.
just it's funny. Um, oh, what is her name? So I am still waiting. We get a little bit more on our Shinobu, and then what is her
It's
name?
like Kanae or Kanade or something.
Um,
I'm bad at this. Her
yeah.
apprentice, whom we
Oh,
love.
he was adorable. I thought he was so funny. Of he's the I will do anything for you, and then it's kind of adorable.
Oh, I was thinking Butterfly Hashira. You were talking Doctor.
Both.
Okay.
I mean, we're kind of both. I was talking more the doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the fact that it is very much the scene from the end of the
Oh,
previous episode and
Tamayo.
just listen, you can hear his footsteps running down the hallway, cut to him literally tumbling down the stairs screaming her name like,
Yes.
oh, it's a comedy now.
So that's Yushiro. He is the assistant, and Tamayo. Tamayo. She is wonderful. I do like our reinforcement back to that, and then she will be working then with Shinobu. So back to her of yes, I did like her, and I like her assistant of I want to stay with you and work with you. Okay.
It makes me wonder about Shinobu though, because we cut back to her. She's not going to be part of the training, and she's sitting here going, I will control my emotions. I will control my
Yeah.
emotions. I will control my emotions. Just,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Huh.
telling her apprentice, let me tell you about the demon that killed my sister and instruct you on how to kill them. Which makes me wonder if Tamayo isn't the demon who killed her sister
I hope not.
before
But
she came around to the whole, but I don't want to do this thing. I don't
that
know.
would lead into the why her emotions are even more through the roof.
Yes.
I think that's a good prediction. No
I have
spoilers.
no
You know.
idea. It's been since season 1, the conversation with her. I don't know how long she was feral demon before she went, maybe not this. Maybe we don't. Maybe we
Yeah.
don't. And what she did during that time. So who knows? I don't. But it wouldn't surprise me for that to be like, oh, yeah, no, she hates her because of this. And now they have to work together because they have complementary skill sets.
Yes.
Like, so that's
I
my
think
theory. Could be completely wrong, but that's,
drama plot line. I feel that absolutely tracks. But it is one of those. Maybe we'll see. But
yes. Well, before Tanjiro interrupted him with the proposal to go eat soba, It sounded like you was saying, "Yeah, it's late. Like I'm late start, but I'll join the Hashira training." Like that was the other half of that sentence that I think got run over.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with Tanjiro to the Hashira training and is like, "Look, look, the imposter syndrome won for a minute there, but I'm here. I'm gonna help."
We did get this a little bit, I thought, with the intro song, and we get the glimpse of the first Slayer. It was more to the head of the Demon Slayer Corps. I did appreciate that kind of
Yeah.
that, and then yes, we get the Tamayo remembering the earlier times, and that
Yeah.
Tanjiro is that kind of domino effect that's happened.
Mhm.
So these are those pieces finally coming together. So
Also, we're seeing the ending theme, which I I love the ending theme. The
yeah,
art, the music, everything. It is
yes.
striking. And I love that we are just seeing like all of these people dying in silhouette. Just oh, I love this. Oh. And then both of them are sung by Hyde,
Ah,
which I
good eye,
love
an ear.
very much.
Did not notice that. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he's
No, it's a particular style.
combining
It is
with
one of those going. Yeah.
well, he's combining with another band, and I cannot for the
Ah,
life of me remember the name off the top of my head because it's not one I listen to. But, been listening to Hyde for years. He's the lead singer of L'Arc-en-Ciel. So for
mhm.
those of you who are like, "Oh yeah, remember the OG Full Metal Alchemist?" Yeah, Ready Steady Go was
Yeah.
yeah, going out and buying the Smile CD from Media Play,
Mm,
which is also dead. But
yeah.
yeah, no. Good stuff. Good
Noah
stuff.
Lara says the other band is My First Story.
Thank you.
All right. Any
Yep.
other thoughts on this exciting episode? Adorable episode.
I am
I feel like
excited
my
for next
happiness
week,
says,
and I
yeah.
really do wanna know how long this season's gonna be, because 'cause I'm having that weird, like, can't really plan out where we are pacing-wise because I
Mhm,
don't know
mhm.
how long the roadmap is,
Yes.
and
Agreed.
I
It
don't
is
know if anyone knows yet.
true. Very hard to say, like, are we just a little bit in or are we moving along quickly? But I guess we
Yeah,
shall wait and see.
because from what I've seen, from what I've read, the Hashira training arc in the manga is like 9 chapters, which is
Okay.
really not
Yeah.
long. So the question has been, are we getting an abbreviated series? Are we getting more things fleshed out? Are we getting filler? Are we going to
Mhm,
start moving a bit into the other arc as well as this one? Like, what's the plan here? And the
mhm.
answer so far has been, good question. Like, the
It
people who
means we
made the
shall
show
wait.
know, we don't.
Yes. All right. Well, we shall
Yep,
wait and see. Leave
indeed.
your thoughts on the episode. Comment down below. And we shall now get into other stuff you should check out and watch, read, or any of that. I have not watched as much as I would like to because I've been busy. Still loving my Korean drama show, Vincenzo. It's on Netflix.
Good.
And I'm telling like all my other friends, I'm like, you guys need to watch the show. It's really good. Uh, but that's kind of it. Kaiju number 8 is so great. And that's kind of it for now. I'm like, that's match right now. What
Yeah.
about you?
Uh, yeah, same,
Yeah.
honestly. It's just been like, what is life? Oh my God.
Yeah. Just
Lot of
busy with
YouTube videos, a lot
yeah.
of that fun stuff. We finally caught up on Go Go Loser Ranger, so we are up to date. Six episodes in, and they threw two big plot twists at us in episode 5, where I was sitting there going, "That's a show I wish we were covering because that I want to just and talk about it. It's really good, you guys. It is really good.
And
It
what
is
platform is that on again?
Hulu.
Hulu. Thank you.
So, with the subscription we have, I'm watching it with ads, which is kind of a surreal experience sometimes, especially when the first episode calls out the ad break before
Uh,
it goes to ads. Like,
that's funny.
this is amazing. So yeah, it's basically what if Sentai or Power Rangers, but the boys.
Mhm.
So I recommend it. There's definitely some interesting moments. It gets bloody. It does not shy away from that. And there is animal death in episode 4 if that bothers you. It definitely took me by surprise in a way I was not prepared for. But it's a good show and I recommend it. It's a wild one.
Nice.
Yes.
And if you're watching any cool movies, shows, any cool games that you're playing, or cool books that you're checking out, let us know. Oh, actually, wait, that is a new thing. I was driving, and so I was listening to an audiobook, and I got a little bit into Ragtime Cowboys, and it is a historical fiction set in the Prohibition era, and there are real characters. So it's 2 real detectives, and one used to be a cowboy, and he interacts with Wyatt Earp. They are going from Los Angeles up to San Francisco and Sonoma County, trying to solve a mystery. And it's an interesting look at parts of California, but set in the 20s, and but also still cowboy time at the same time. And it's amusing. It's kind of funny. It's a detective story. I'm a few CD. I think it's pretty short. I think it's only maybe 5 CDs. So I think that's maybe only like 5-6 hours total. And I think I'm about halfway. But overall, it's pretty cool. If you've ever heard it, let me know. And then, I had to look it up after because I was like, wait, is this actually? Because these are real people they've mentioned.
Hang on.
There's some other people they mentioned too, but I was like, I don't want to do spoil. Oh, they encounter the Jack London, the author. He is not alive at the time that they go to his estate, but they interact with his family. And so I'm like, wait, that's a real person. So looking up after, I'm like, oh, it is historical fiction. Cool. So if you're a fan of historical fiction so far, really enjoying it. If you've ever heard of it, leave a comment, let me know. And looking over at the chat here, Giga Derek says, restart Gundam Wing, finally finished Final Fantasy 16 and saw the new My Hero episode. And all I can recommend, since that's all I've done, that is quite a bit. Excellent recommendation. Nice. And you know what? It's okay. If you've had a gnarly, busy week and you don't get anything done, don't get to do anything like that, it's okay. Some weeks are like that. So
sometimes all you can do is eat a vegetable, take a shower, and go to bed early.
Yes. So don't worry. Take care of yourself. Drink your water.
That's my stuff you should check out. His Green Giant does frozen vegetable pouches that are 1 big serving or 2 small servings, and you just throw them in the microwave for 4 minutes, and they're usually on sale for $2 at Vons.
Sweet.
So it's a lot of riced cauliflower and cheese sauce and things like that. So doesn't matter if the vegetable has cheese on it or butter or whatever, eat a vegetable.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar on a Monday night, bringing you that Monday energy. And if you're watching later, awesome. Leave comments down below on the different stuff we covered over this episode. Don't forget to check us out over on NTATNB, and make sure to follow here on the Fanversation channel. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. More videos coming your way and different things, so you want to have that notification bell because whenever those pop up, and we will post here if and when we get special guests, which do happen from time to time. So you're going to want to stay tuned. And Katie, where can people find you online? And your kitty cat.
Yeah. I'm sure you can hear Winter at this point. You want to come up and say hi?
Kitty. Oh, baby.
You may never see her again. She hates this. Hey, sweetie pie. I love you. See? Look how cute she is. And she's done.
And I'm done.
Bye, sweetie. She's like, I didn't sign up for that.
Where's my royalties? I made my appearance fee.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, you can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also on Silver Screams. It's a horror YouTube channel I do with my roommate. We have fun here.
And y'all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE across all social media platforms. In case you have not watched it yet, here on the Fanversation channel, there's interviews with the Spy Family cast from the dub premiere, as well as the cast of the new Amazon show, The Scare. The Scare. And check those out here on the Fanversation channel, and then follow on here for other updates. And stay tuned here for our
Yeah.
exciting stuff coming up, because also we're leading up to con season. So stick around for all that, because who knows, maybe cool stuff ahead. So stay tuned.
Yes.
Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.